So, I'll save your time. My last Lurch video was a bit dragged on, and it was rushed. And although it did well on YouTube, I'm not really very proud of it. I wanted to make an actual tutorial to teach everyone. So I took a few people completely new to lurching and taught them pretty much all I know and how to lurch. And I'll show you what I told them, and then I'll tell you how to put it into use. You have 4 inputs on your keyboard. But how many directions can you travel in? Do you know? 8. Yep. So, if you have a scroll that spams upwards like this, out of those 8, how many of those 8 inputs do you think you can spam by scrolling?
I think 3.
3? You think
Maybe.
these top 3 here?
I guess.
It's actually 6. It's actually 6.
Okay.
You can do these 3 and these 3. Because
Okay.
what happens if you press forwards and backwards at the same time?
You stop.
You stop. So what happens if you are holding down and you spam scroll?
You possibly could move. No, I have no idea.
So if you're holding down and you spam scroll up, which is essentially spamming forwards, you will while even though you're
I will
holding,
move forwards.
you're
or backwards.
no, you're spamming the inputs backwards, because a lurch, it's not just about holding the direction. Every time you press the key is an individual lurch. It's not holding it. It's not like, you hold it. So say I press D and I get this much speed. Let me use a different color. So say I am here and I press D while in the air. So I'm in the air and I press D. I get this much speed. If I hold D, I get this much speed. But if you spam D while you're in a lurch, you essentially get this and this and this. You get the initial momentum, but stacked. That's why it's important to scroll. So another concept to understand, if I draw the direction I'm actually moving in as green, and my horizontal velocity is blue, and my vertical velocity is Y, or I guess lateral.
Yeah.
So this is in strictly 2D. So imagine this from like a bird's eye view. And I wanted to change my momentum from going like this to like this. Do you think that you would need to press this input here or this input here to achieve that? Think about in terms of velocity. If I draw me going diagonally like this, so I've inputted this, I've lurched with these 2 keys here. If we draw my velocity, or we draw my movement, so we've done this.
Yeah.
I'm going to be moving like this, because I've still got that velocity from pressing W. You see?
Okay.
So if I'm moving forwards and I jump and go right, you're not going to be going perfectly right, because you've still got that forward momentum from holding W. So in order to move, this is really fucking nerdy, I know, but in order to move perfectly right, you're actually going to need press S. You don't need to fully press S. You don't need to do this one. But you just need to press it, you see, to cancel out. So I know yours is ESDF. You're still going to have the momentum from pressing E and going forward. So you have to cancel it out with the D input, yeah? So that you actually end up going perfectly right. So, you asked to see it in action. So I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you that example that I was on about, where I go straight from forward to right, like that. So,
Okay, so basically when you're like scrolling, like down is jump and up is like moving forwards.
yeah.
So you're basically like spamming them kinda.
So if I just scroll forwards, I go like that. So what I want to be doing if I'm going forward, I want to spam the inputs as much as I can, so I maintain a lot of the speed. Because another thing to note, when you're lurching, every time you change direction, if you go from from holding forward to forward and right, you are gonna lose speed in the air every time. And so, what do you
shift?
Yeah, shift is crouch.
Oh, you have shift and crouch. I was thinking like.
Yeah, I have auto run on. If you don't have.
Yeah, I do have it on. Yeah, but it's. I was just thinking like. It always seemed like people are crouching, but I never see them like press control or anything. So.
Yeah, the reason you want to be crouching is just kind of, you don't have to. It's just
Is it for the slides thing, kinda?
Well, because okay, so there's more friction when sliding. So friction is like how fast you lose speed.
Okay.
But what's it called? It's more forgiving in that so you'll notice how if I say for example jump off this box while holding W, you'll see I like sorry. If I jump off this box,
I have figured that out kinda, yeah.
you will see I stop. But if I slide, there's like a little bit of wiggle room. So I lose more speed, but it's way more forgiving in that I can like not instantly B-hop and still like keep most of the speed. If you don't understand that, I'm going to go through a condensed version with a few extra tips just so you can understand and actually start learning how to lurch. Make sure you hold crouch. It is 10 times more forgiving when you are first learning how to lurch. Learning the rhythm of scrolling down and then up to jump and then lurch is quintessential to being able to. It's just timing and you have to learn it. Try and get into the habit of always scrolling up after scrolling down. You will have to press extra inputs further than the direction you want to go in if you want to go in exactly in that direction. Momentum exists in Apex and you have to think of it like vectors, like I showed you in the video. There is no shortcut to being able to lurch. It's about minimizing gaps across the inputs. Think W to WD, D, DS, S to lose as little speed as possible. The bigger the gap between inputs, the more speed you lose. Don't think of your movement as WASD, think of it as the wheel of 8 directions like I showed you. In order to make things easier, probably turn on auto run. Make sure that scroll down is bound to jump and scroll up is bound to forward. Auto run gives you one less key to press and simplifies the inputs when, for example, going for a wall jump tap strafe. If you're using hold ADS, you can holster your weapons and hold ADS before running to walk without even having it bound. Not like auto run does anything anyway, because there's no audio, you don't really want to be not to running. It's not needed, but auto run does help a lot with lurching, and it's way, way easier on your fingers. Trust me. Also, if anyone would like some help on one-to-one scale, like I showed you in this video, I will be opening a Discord. You guys can join it, DM me, whatever. Link in the description. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.